So come back to the car. Somehow they opened it and we got broken into.
Everything is thrown all over the place. They tried to open the drawers. They drilled in here. Wow, so they can get in that easy.
Wow, okay.
Just in broad daylight in the middle of the city.
We're in Honduras, the next country on our never-ending quest to see the world. Regardless of our personal experiences, it has beautiful coastline and some seriously worthy camp spots. Our experience here is mixed, but we are glad we got to see it.
We're just about ready to cross into Honduras. We're staying at this wonderful spot called La Palma. It's a city, it's a border town. It's really, really nice mountain town. Super cool vibes here. We're gonna go check it out and maybe check out the cats around here too. There's a lot of cats.
There's so many little kitties. Meow.
Our journey in Honduras starts exactly where we left off last time, on the border of El Salvador. We don't have a lot planned at first, but we are heading to the coastal town of La Ceiba. Mostly mountain passes, it takes us days to drive the couple hundred kilometers in our slow home. Often because we drive through crowded cities, or because we end up having to reverse through small neighborhoods, which leads to other problems.
Why are we stopping?
The transmission is overheating, so we can't drive anymore.
Guess we live here now.
Campsites are a little more challenging too. We usually stay in parking lots of random facilities. And this is actually a paid campsite. But to get a view like this, I think it's worth it. It's been a slow couple days trying to get to La Ceiba, but that's all part of the experience.
This has been our home for the past 3 days. It has been great, but it's time to keep moving.
Check out our backyard. This place has been so beautiful. We just really took some time off. 3 days of relaxing, not visiting anything, catching up on some work. And yeah, I just love to be at the beach and just relax, fall asleep with the sound of the ocean. It's just the best sleeps ever. Check this out. We got these little huts here, hammocks everywhere. Look at that. It's just paradise, isn't it? Welcome to Honduras. Honduras is paradise. Absolutely love it.
It's rather common for us to just stay a few days at one spot. All the better when we can do it by some water.
Sorry about that. The ocean can be relentless.
Back in the car in full karaoke mode. Also sightseeing many odd things like buildings or something on fire.
It's just a garbage burning facility. Wow.
I thought something was going on.
We just got to the ferry terminal here at La Ceiba. We just got stopped by the guards. First thing we got to do is get paperwork done for the vehicle to park here while we're away. So let's go do that. It's pretty easy. just had to give some general information. Pay, I think it's per day, but we're gonna pay on the way out of here when we come back. So that's it, next step.
Find a spot to park. It's a bit full in here. Ain't got much space.
This compound where the truck will stay isn't extremely secure, but there are guards, which is mildly reassuring.
Alright, let's get our ferry tickets and get out of here. Bye, truck.
My truck.
Please be home.
Final step, get to the terminal, buy tickets. It's a bit busy. So we showed up without booking, which you can do, obviously. But then he told us the price and we're like,
This is more.
it's more than what we thought it was going to be. So we booked online just here at the dock, bought our tickets in advance and saved 10%. So
Yeah, so book online.
book online.
We're currently running to this building because right before boarding they let us know that we need to have another ticket. And nobody told us that. So for 35 Lempira a person, we need to get an extra ticket.
Just before boarding, literally boarding the boat now. Okay, what you guys do?
It always stresses them out.
Okay, let's go.
Oh, let's go. You got for two? Sí, gracias.
Gracias por su preferencia.
Look at what a beauty.
I'm reminded of when we went to Cozumel in Mexico. Really similar ship.
Oh yeah, you're
Cost
so
a heck
right.
of a lot less.
Yeah.
And we are off on our first island trip in quite some time. It's nice to get out of the camper, even for just a few days. Ceiba is the main departure point for the ferries that run to the island of Utila, a popular tourist and diving location.
It's a bit bumpy.
Still feeling fine.
It's an hour ride.
Yeah.
We're feeling okay, but some people aren't.
Yeah. They already gave puke bags around. That's never a good sign being on a boat, and they start handing these out.
Hey, yeah.
Why do you make such a face? Be normal.
I am normal.
When us normies get off the boat, it's a lot to experience, and only with one road. It's very busy. But one road also means it's easy to find your hotel, which is also our diving school.
This is our room number 2. Oh, you're counting the money?
Yeah.
It looks like you're smuggling.
We're not rich. This actually isn't much money, but they want it paid in cash. Otherwise, there's an 8% additional fee if you pay with the card, and we couldn't get US dollars, so we have 20,000 Lempira here, and it's 17,256-ish for the two of us for the course. So I'm just counting it out. Where did I get a room? 6, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. That should be 17,000.
You sure?
2, 3, 4.
And after settling in, of course, you explore the city. Utila has most things you can think of, especially local delicacies.
Oh yeah, first meal here, going out for lunch. We're going to really cheap places, but delicious places too, good reviews. We got some baleadas. Lindsay has a veggie one. I have one with chorizo and ham. It's about 30 lempira for one of these, only a couple dollars, so it's pretty good.
Walking around, there's lots to see. Even the wildlife, like hummingbirds, are here in large numbers. We'll eat out for almost every meal, which might be the reason for the most upsetting situation I've ever had to encounter.
Current situation, Travis is not feeling good. He hasn't been feeling good for the last 2 days, so we had to pause our course. Today I am going into the water and resume my course, and then hopefully maybe tomorrow Travis can join us. So yeah, that has been a little bit tough right now. This is the center.
Oh, it's okay.
The boats over there. Should be my first day in open water, so let's see.
Over the course of the next 4 days, Lindsay will be learning all about scuba diving in the beautiful Caribbean island of Utila. She absolutely nails it and passes with flying colors, and will even go on to more courses in the future. Unfortunately, only experiencing it with her course mates. I obviously did not complete the course as I was bedridden for days. Oh well, sometimes that's just how it goes. Back on the mainland, our next task isn't a quick one, but for now we are packing up from the rare, solitary, free camp spot and slowly heading for the capital city. We actually only spent a few weeks in Honduras. Our visa, it's expiring. A huge majority of Honduras is dense jungle, especially in the northeast. We will not be going that way this time, but if this is only a taste of the unmolested nature we can experience here, then we need to come back and see the rest. We are here in Honduras at the end of the dry season, which usually runs until March or April. And one thing we notice compared to El Salvador, where we just came from, is that it is significantly greener here. From La Ceiba, the drive to the capital will take us nearly a week, because again, we find ourselves an amazing campsite by some water, which we will stay at for a couple days.
Finally, a nice remote spot in Honduras. Nothing but the birds, mountains, a little lake all around us. Water access too. Want to put the boat in.
When you're camping next to a gorgeous lake like this one, you just have to grab the boats and check it out for real. Because this is just a small part of this massive lake, and I'm just super curious to see what is around the corner. I need to have a quick look here because it happens to me often that I feel it is deflating way too much. Like it should not be this soft. So I'm gonna go on the side and I'm gonna see if I can inflate it a little bit more, and hopefully it stays like that. So let's check this out.
One of the greatest pieces of kit we have, but we are still dialing them in.
So I inflated it a little bit. What happens is once you put the boat on the water and the water is really cold, the air shrinks. So it could be just that, or it could be that there is a hole somewhere and I need to figure that out and fix it. But at this point I don't really know what it is. So I inflated it a little bit. Let's put it back on the water and hopefully it is fine.
Honduras is an interesting country, despite our varied experience. From overheating transmissions, personal sickness, and things yet to come, to epic spots like this, which has imprinted its beauty on our minds forever. We've driven well over 25,000 kilometers on our trip so far from Canada, and we've encountered a lot of places where overcrowding has not become an issue yet. Untouched places like this one help you see the world in a different way. From our epic spot near Lake Yojoa, we will soon reach the capital, but of course not before some scenic stops.
We're on the side of the highway about to check out a pretty cool cave. What's it called?
La Toba.
Cueva La Tobla.
The Tolabe.
Yeah.
Tolabe. People are gonna comment on that again.
Yeah, your Spanish is terrible. Guys. What are you guys doing? They always charge the visitors more than the locals, which is it's okay, but it gets a little much when you want to visit everything in a country. Anyway, let's go visit everything in the country.
We do it anyway.
We obviously didn't see everything in the country, but we do like to visit caves. Similarly, Postojna Caves in Slovenia. This one is much smaller, but it's a lot more colorful. Next up, the city of Comayagua, a rather scenic town whose name to fame is apparently the oldest clock tower in all of the Americas. The clock, over 1,000 years old, was brought over from Spain during the colonial period.
That's not impressive. The pigeons are not impressed whatsoever.
And it went a bit downhill from here, as we got the wake-up call we've avoided until now.
So, come back to the car. Somehow they opened it and we got broken into.
Everything is thrown all over the place. They tried to open the drawers. Thank God, the important drawers, I don't think. Thank God you had your camera with you.
Yeah, that would have been gone.
Holy f***, you had your camera with you. The boats are still there. I'm not sure why they would steal that.
Keyhole out.
They drilled in here. Wow, so they can get in that easy.
Wow. Okay.
Just in broad daylight in the middle of the city.
This event really changed how we travel up until this point and into the future. We were pretty shaken up about this whole scenario, despite that this could have happened in any country, including Western countries. We were very lax in our self-awareness and surroundings, and didn't put much thought into security at all, since we left in late of 2022. And this was actually the best case scenario, as nothing was taken from the vehicle, as far as we can tell. We're pretty sure they were looking for something bigger. They were looking for the keys. This event put it into our heads that we need to focus more on security while traveling, and at least be a little more well aware of our surroundings. We are planning on buying security locks for both the camper and the truck, and implementing more security overall, as this is our home. We don't have a lot of stuff, but the stuff we do have is pretty important, and I know Lindsay would agree.
We are currently driving through the capital city of Honduras to go to the National Immigration. because soon our visa is about to expire. It works like this: you get a CA4 visa, which means that you have 3 months for 4 countries. So Honduras, Guatemala, El Salvador, and Nicaragua. As you know, we are pretty slow travelers, so we already spent 6 weeks in Guatemala, so we already knew like 3 months is not gonna be enough. It's about to expire in about a week, so I hope everything goes smooth today so we can extend it by 1 month.
We had a lot of conflicting info on how to get this extension, but we thought we'd manage.
Alright. It's the first time we get pulled over in a really long time. Let's hope they don't bother us too much.
Back in the big cities, so checkpoints and missing your turn are part of the...
So after exiting the immigration office, a couple things we need to do is pay for our extension as well. We need to get photocopies of our passport, both the front page and the page with the entrance stamp. So we're at the photocopier place getting that done.
So this was the last step. We paid for it at a bank. Keep in mind that you always have to pay cash. You can't pay with the card.
Yeah, they wouldn't take the card in the bank for some reason, so luckily we had the cash just lying around in the truck.
Yeah.
So yeah, on to immigration.
On to immigration, get that stamp. We want to stay longer.
And as with all government agencies, you do a fair amount of waiting, but otherwise, a pretty easy process.
Alright, so I have mine. I'm already out. Travis needs to do a couple of more documents, but we can stay for an extra month, so I'm super stoked about that. I want to head back to the car because we had a break-in yesterday and it has been pretty stressful leaving the car behind, even though there's a security guard there. So I'm just heading back and making sure that the car is alright.
From the capital city, we are heading to the coast for one final night in Honduras. Locations may change, but your system for setting up camp usually doesn't.
Ready? Up! This looks like such a random parking spot. It looks like it's not, maybe not the nicest, but we are so happy and so grateful to be here. Because as you can see, the sun just set and we are not feeling super secure here, but we're super grateful that in this restaurant we are allowed to park here. This is where we're gonna be spending the night. That gate will be closed. And there is a security guard. So we're happy for that because these are our last nights in Honduras. And after the events of a couple of days ago, we are still not feeling very secure. So we're trying to find spots that are secured so that we don't have to worry about the car. We don't have to worry about sleeping at night. And we can still have a good time in Honduras without too many issues. Check out the view. Oh wow. This is such a nice spot. Right? Look at that. So pretty.
I think we can see El Salvador from here. Maybe that's El Salvador.
Yeah, we've been here exactly on the other side. I think probably there is the mountains of El Salvador.
Yeah, it might be. It might be.
Yeah.
That's where Espiritu de la Montaña probably is.
Yeah, we've been there. Now we're on the other side. Oh, look at the little lighthouse. Cutie pootie.
Completely wrong about what we could see. It's still a nice view. And the last one of this wild country before we are gone, with no idea if we'll ever see it again. And from our oceanside camp, one stop in the city along the way before we attempt the crossing into Nicaragua.
First step into getting into Nicaragua is drop your drone somewhere and have it shipped over to Costa Rica, because Nicaragua does not like drones. You can't bring them into the country. We're here at DHL in a border town next to Nicaragua. We're only sending the drone. We're keeping the controller and the batteries because the only issue is the drone, not anything else. So hopefully it's enough.
If you're planning on shipping your drone around Nicaragua, you'll be glad to have a receipt. We didn't, and it was a bit of a hassle. But anyway, goodbye little one. See you on the other side. Next time on Just Trav'Lin, in the next country, Nicaragua, we experience one of the must-dos in all of Central America. Also, this top destination in the city of León. We ship our vehicle to the double volcano island of Ometep in search of exotic wildlife and the ultimate sunset.